All right. Good to see everybody today. So since we're going to have like maybe a slightly mellower class today, let's go ahead and kind of maybe scoot your buns forward in your chair and then maybe knock your knees in towards each other. You can take your hands wherever feels comfortable, so they just might be on your thighs, kind of using your chair to help you, give you a little support. And then you can start to drop your chin towards your chest. So this is like a really sloppy, sort of ugly position. Not usually how we start, but sometimes this can be kind of nice. Let's take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out. Ha. Again, smooth, full, deep inhale. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go. Ha. And then you can start to inhale through your nose and then also exhale through your nose. Starting to find that rhythm of your Ujjayi breath. So with this Ujjayi breath, you are constricting the sides of the throat. There is a little bit of a sound. It sounds like Darth Vader or ocean waves rolling in and out. You can decide which image works best for you today. And again, you're modifying this position however, you need to, so that it feels, I wouldn't say that it's like necessarily comfortable. It's different, but you don't want your shoulders to be gripping up towards your ears. There's definitely some stretch happening in the back of your neck as you drop your chin towards your chest. And of course, if this isn't working for you, for some of us, this puts a lot of extra stretch on the lower back, the lumbar area, which can be quite intense. If that's happening, that might mean that you actually do need to sit up a little straighter these first few moments. So always remembering to be flexible here, to be curious, to play around, to make adjustments. And then just for a few moments, you're going to sit here and breathe, and you're going to listen to that sound of your breath, all of the noise, the chatter in the background, all of the noise, the chatter that might be happening in your head. You're trying to let it go. And that doesn't have to look perfect. Some days it's easier than others. You're noticing where you're at today. And you're doing your best to arrive here for a yoga practice, to soak up a little stillness. You might even think of this as a little mini Shavasana to start our class today. Do a little scan of your body here. Work from the bottom up, so starting with your feet. And then notice if there's places where you're gripping or holding that you don't need to. And try to soften in those places. So particularly if you're leaning back in your chair here, to come out of this, you're probably going to need to give yourself a little support. So I know for me and my body right now, it feels like I want to just grab the edges of my chair and then just press down to start to roll forward on my sit bones. I'm going to keep my head, my chin towards my chest here, and then I'm going to just heel toe my feet together so they're about hips distance apart. And then you might need to make adjustments in your chair. I'm pretty forward on my chair. It feels okay. If you did scoot way forward, though, to get that support of the back of the chair for that sort of sloppy starting pose, you might need to scoot back a little bit here. If your eyes are open, you're keeping the gaze soft and gentle. So especially as we lengthen through these sides of the waist, as we're sitting taller in the spine here, you might notice that it actually feels, it's shifted how your breath feels. So the breath might feel a little more expansive. It certainly feels as though we can fill up a little better with that inhale and even let go of everything as we exhale. And with your chin dropping towards your chest here, notice if those shoulders are starting to grip up towards your ears. Just invite them to relax. Again, some days easier said than done, but we're always just doing the best that we can in this moment. As you inhale, go ahead and slowly roll your chin up, your head up, and you might get a little like lightheaded there. So just take a moment, keep breathing. And then from here, let's just start to move into a little cat-cow. So hands can remain on thighs. Again, make any little adjustments with your seat that you need to. We're landing with our feet hips distance apart, knees over ankles. As you inhale, you're going to rock forward on those sit bones, shoulder heads press back, shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other. And then as we exhale, we move in the opposite direction. Again, that chin towards chest. This is kind of that feeling that we had starting out. Inhaling, arching. Good. Exhaling, rounding in to the cat pose. And then moving nice and slow. Let's try to stretch the breath out today. So you're letting the inhale get longer. You're letting the exhale get longer. It's almost like you're just making this, our yoga practice today feel really luxurious. We're going to kind of tap into this idea of less is more. Which I would say is actually, I feel like that's one of my guiding mantras in life. And it feels very counterintuitive. On its face, it seems wrong. Sometimes doing a little less actually reaps more benefit, more reward, especially when it comes to finding some balance in our lives. And you're soaking up how your breath sounds here. You're using it as your soundtrack. So it's helping you to navigate from posture to posture. From here, on your next inhale, just come back to a nice tall spine. So you're rooting into those sit bones. As you press there, you're lengthening through the sides of your waist. Let's give the shoulders a really nice, slow roll out today. And you can switch directions here. Nice work. Beautiful. Let's roll back a couple more times. Just notice how rolling back, it helps you to feel that cobra feeling in your upper body, especially as you're pressing those shoulder blades back and your shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other. And then just find that nice, tall Tadasana. Let's just take a couple breaths here, arms by your sides. Feel that rootedness into your sit bones, that rootedness into your feet. As you inhale, you're going to take arms out and up. They also might reach forward and up. And then as we exhale, spin the palms to face out. Press the air down. It's just a nice way to warm up the armpit chest area, inhaling, reaching the shoulder girdle area. And exhale, release down. Let's do one more like that. Bring your hands to your thighs. One more time, we drop our chin towards our chest. Resisting the urge to shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. Let them release down instead. To be able to do that in your body, you might have to lift your chin a little bit, especially if the back of your neck is extra tight today. Coming to that sound of your breath. Again, stretching it out, making that inhale a little longer, that exhale a little longer. Maybe just thinking to yourself, there's no rush, I have plenty of time. On your next inhale, lift your chin parallel to the floor. And then exhale, drop that right ear towards that right shoulder. So you're going to feel all kinds of stretch and sensation in the left side of your neck. Again, you'll know if you're pushing a little too much, if your shoulders start to creep up around your ears. So if that's you, you go less far. It doesn't mean that you're not doing the pose. Certainly, as long as you're feeling some sensation, you're where you need to be. From here, keep that right shoulder leaning towards your right ear. Just tuck your chin. And as per usual in the summer, they are out mowing the lawn. Hopefully my mic isn't picking it up. If it is, I apologize for the extra background noise on my end. Your eyes might be opened here if that's the case for you. Again, you just keep your gaze soft and gentle. So you're not really looking around, just really seeing what's in front of you. And it's almost even a little blurry. And of course, eyes Clothes can be really nice. It helps us to get inside our bodies a little more. Sometimes it helps to quiet the mind so we can observe what's happening. As you inhale, go ahead and lift your chin here. Take an exhale and then lift the head to the center. Beautiful. Nice and slow. Exhale. Chin drops towards chest again. Now, I always think it's really nice to revisit this one in particular, because as we start to do this repetitions, things start to open up in the back of the neck. This little sequence here, of course, is a great little thing to do daily. If you think about it, especially when you're feeling all of that neck and shoulder tension. It's kind of part and parcel to being a human being. We carry a lot of stress and tension in the upper body. As you inhale, go ahead and lift your chin parallel to the floor. And then exhale, we drop that left ear towards our left shoulder. Going just as far as you need to so that you're feeling sensation, but you're not overstretching or it feels so intense so you can't breathe. Again, if you feel either shoulder really kind of trying to help out, but especially this right one popping up, maybe you've gone too far. And then perhaps start to drop your chin and notice where the sensation shifts, how the stretch feels a little different than where you just were. As you inhale, chin lifts. Take an exhale here. And then inhale. Bring your head back to center. So you're sitting nice and tall in your Tadasana, mountain pose. One more time, let's release the arms down by our sides. And then just a few breaths here. As you inhale this time, reach forward and up, assuming that feels okay in your shoulder girdle. And then exhale, let's spin the palms to face forward. And then it's almost like you're pressing down. Palms face in towards the midline. Inhale, they reach up. Spin palms to face forward and then just give yourself a little resistance. You can even think downward facing dog arms here. So muscle is firming to bone. Spreading the fingers a little bit might help. Couple more of these, inhaling, reaching up. Utthita Hastasana into Tadasana. Very nice. As you exhale, press down. Final one here, inhale. And exhale. Spin those palms to face forward again. And then we're going to do our side to side, but we're going to focus more on just keeping the movement very slow, very coordinated with the breath. So movement might be smaller than it usually is in your body. So we're going to inhale, side bend to the right, left arm up and over. And exhale, back to center. Inhale, right arm up and over. Take that full inhale to reach the peak of the pose. And then exhale, release down. Good. Try to keep your own personal pace pretty even and maybe a little slower than you might normally do. But if your pace is different than mine, at this stage of the game, you're just moving with the breath. So this fluid movement is really nice and easy on the joints. It gets the synovial fluid opening, moving, so we start to feel more space, a little more ease. And then, as we often talk about, when you're coordinating movement with breath, it has this nice calming quality. It's like self-soothing. It's just meditation. For a lot of us, this is like the best way to quiet the mind. Sometimes sitting in a static pose can be really, really challenging. But it's like we have a little to coordinate here. So it gives the brain something to chew on. So you're getting curious about what this looks like for you in your own head, in your own body. Let's do a couple more to each side. If you need a break, you take a break. You're always welcome to modify, to skip things, to change things. So you know your body better than anyone. That being said, we're always fine-tuning that relationship as we pay attention. All right, so again, after you've feel complete, you've done both sides, you come back to center. And then from here, let's take our hands to our thighs and let's just start to rock around in that pelvic girdle. So making little circles, noticing how your lower back, your lumbar is feeling. Depending upon how the hips, the glutes are feeling today, the inner thigh, the groin area, you might even be feeling some sensation in those places. You can start to switch directions here. Good, and then let's come back to a nice tall seat. We're not going there just yet. We are gonna move into some sun salutes, but we're gonna do it with the breath, counting the breath. So we're gonna warm that up just seated first. But if you do have blocks, this would be a great opportunity to just have those handy. Place them on either side of your feet. If you don't have them, no big deal. Make any little adjustments that you need to your posture, checking again to make sure that your knees are landing over your hips. You're sitting nice and tall, sternum is lifting, shoulder heads are gently pressing back. So you have that sense of cobra pose in your upper body. And then let's just close the eyes here. And then we're gonna inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a little different this time. We're going to add a pause at the top of the breath and at the bottom of the breath. So finding our box breath here, essentially. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So from here, go ahead and blink your eyes open. Just observe how you're feeling. So we're going to incorporate that box breath into some movement with our sun salutes. So from here, you can go ahead and release your hands down. So again, the focus is being a little slower, a little more fluid. So really connect to that idea. We're going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you exhale, take that full 6 count to fold in. 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, press into those blocks or hands to shins or thighs. 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fold in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're reaching back up. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more round like that. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Extend, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lengthen all the way up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hands back to heart, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pause, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice deep inhale through your nose. And open your mouth, sigh the breath out, ha. Seal your lips again, and then just find that steady inhale and that steady exhale. So releasing the pause at the top of the breath, the pause at the bottom of the breath. But observing how you feel after that, that box breath. So we just did a lot of that. We coordinated it with movement. And it could have felt like a lot of things that might have been very annoying, but it also might have felt calming. It might have gotten easier as we kind of got into that. Sometimes when we're doing something a little different, a little new, the brain can get a little rigid. So just to release that, let's return to what we do know. So just classic sun salutes here. Let's do 2 together, and then we'll do a couple just on our own. So finding your nice Tadasana. This time we're just coordinating one movement per breath. But again, let's stretch it out a little bit. Let's use that full inhale and that full exhale to reach the peak of our poses. As we inhale, arms reach up. As we exhale, we fold in, and that can look like a lot of different things. Use support with your hands if you need to. Really release your chin towards your chest. Inhale, hands press into something as helpful as your chest extends forward. Exhale, release back in that Uttanasana, deep forward fold. Inhaling, rolling all the way up, taking up space as you come to your extended mountain pose. So lovely. As you exhale, you return to Samasthiti, your mountain pose. Good. One more together. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, fold in. Inhale, extend forward. As you exhale, you fold back in. Inhale, return to your extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. So you've got 2 more of these if you so desire. If you've had enough of them, you could just sit quietly. You could do more cat-cow. You're welcome to close your eyes if you feel stable and safe in your chair. But you're letting your breath dictate your movement. You're enjoying how it feels to flow like this. At the conclusion of that second round, you're just pausing in your mountain pose, palms together at your heart. Close your eyes if they're not already. And observe how you're feeling. And maybe it's a little different than when we're moving a little faster. Maybe there isn't that quality of heatedness that we sometimes get. Maybe your breath feels a little more expansive. Good. From here, blink your eyes open and release your arms down by your sides. So finding Samastitihi, mountain pose. And then let's inhale, take the arms out wide. As we exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Inhale, nice and slow, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Good. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Stay here this time. Inhale, stretch out through your fingertips. It's like you have giant wings here. And then as you exhale, release both hands down. So coming into spinal twist, left hand can be on that left thigh. It can come to the outside of the right thigh. You're pressing your shoulder heads back. As that happens, you're feeling your sternum lift up towards the ceiling. So you're thinking a little cobra pose in your upper body. So let's try this. Let's stay in this twist here, but extend your right arm out. So it's like reaching back. Take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to thread that right hand underneath your left. Good. So it's going to grab again, right thigh or left thigh. And then you're going to inhale, open up. So we've changed the twist here. Shoulder heads pressed back. Go ahead and release that left hand down. Gaze is soft and gentle out over that left shoulder. Good. Deep inhale. Let's exhale. Just return to center. Arms come by your sides. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, stay here. And then exhale, again, release hands down. So we're in the same posture. You're gonna keep breathing here. Got a tickle in my throat. So I'm gonna mute myself, cough, and take a sip. Oh, how I love allergy season. All right. So again, from here, go ahead and inhale, stretch that left arm, lift it up. And then as you exhale, start to twist to the right. Take that left hand underneath. Open up that right arm. Breath or two here. Really lean those shoulder heads back. Really nice. And then you can release your right hand down. And perhaps bringing that gaze towards your right shoulder head. Good. One more deep inhale. As you exhale, go ahead, release, come back to center. Just readjust your posture here. Find your Tadasana, your mountain pose. And then let's do a little flow with our crescent pose. We're gonna take it up, but then we're gonna come into a forward fold. So again, you might want to have blocks handy. If you're watching this video on YouTube and you don't have blocks, not to worry, you can adjust by simply putting hands on thighs. You could also do that if you do have blocks, but forward folding in a crescent pose is a little more challenging in your body. So again, always encouraging you to modify, to play around. But let's go ahead from here. Number one, you could stay here like this. This would work. If you would like to extend that left leg to straight, you're welcome to do that. Let's release these arms by our sides. Couple times, inhale, arms reach out and up. And then maybe this time you gaze up, feel that lift of your sternum. And exhale, let's bring palms to press together. They come down to heart center. Nice. One more like that. Inhale, arms reach out and up. Good. Exhale. Down the midline. All right, so this time let's inhale, reach up. And let's just hold this for a few rounds of breath. As you lift your sternum up, as you firm muscle to bone in your arms, maybe you start to bring your gaze up. Let's take a nice deep inhale here together. And then you're going to exhale, start to hinge forward. So if you want a little core work, you keep the arms reaching forward. Otherwise, they're going to come to your thighs. And you're going to just slide down any amount. You're dropping your chin towards your chest. This is where hands might come to the blocks. So blocks are just a nice tool to have. They help to bring the floor closer. So as we come into this forward fold in this configuration, especially if your left leg is straight, you're going to be getting a nice little hamstring stretch. And if you're identifying with that idea of, counting the breath today, if that helps to do in your mind, you're welcome to do that. Again, it just gives the brain something to chew on, especially when we're a little more static in the poses. It becomes a tool to help us stay present. From this forward fold, let's think our cat pose. So we're rounding the spine. You're keeping the chin towards the chest. Belly button pulls a little bit in. And then you start to stack the vertebrae one on top of each other to come up. Nice. You might get a little head rush as you do that. Let's roll the shoulders back a couple of times. And then because we're in this configuration here, let's just take a twist to the right. So inhaling, arms reach out. And exhale. Twist to the right, release hands down. Left hand can be to left thigh. It might come to the outside of that right thigh. That's happening. You can kind of think hand pressing in, leg pressing out, shoulder heads pressing back. Keep the torso twisting to the right, but let's go ahead and inhale. Reach the right arm up and over. So it's like this exalted crescent pose. Little twist, little side stretch, little hamstring stretch. Maybe you're gazing up underneath that top arm. Good deep inhale. And then exhale. You can come out of your twist, release that right hand down. Let's bend our left knee if you had it extended. And we'll do that little sequence to the second side, which could look different. Again, you can always just stay right here in mountain pose. That's our home base. You can do all of the postures from there. If it is available to you to extend that right leg to straight, you're welcome to do that. You do just want to make sure that you're, about hips distance apart here. So let's do this one a little different, assuming that it works in your body. So from here, let's inhale, reach the arms forward and up. And then spin the palms to face out. Exhale, press down, really beautiful. Inhale, forward and up. And exhale. Inhale, one more like this. And exhale. Good. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Maybe bring your gaze up. We take a couple of breaths here. You can pretend that somebody is holding onto your wrist, gently tractioning you up. And you can take breaks with the arms too if you need to. This is actually quite challenging. And then again, you decide how you're going to start to hinge forward. If you want a little core, you keep the arms reaching forward. I think it feels a little easier today to sort of roll down using my hands to help me. Hands could stay on your thighs. Maybe they come to blocks. You're dropping your chin towards your chest. You're noticing that hamstring stretch. Some of us might be able to flex that right foot. That can intensify things a little bit. Certainly not necessary. And then again, think that cat stretch. So you're rounding in your spine, chin towards chest. You start to roll your way on up. You're stacking your vertebra from the bottom to the top. Your head is the last thing to come up. And as you get there, again, give the shoulders a little roll out. And it is not uncommon to sometimes feel like almost a little lightheaded or dizzy as you come up like that. So just give yourself a moment to adjust if you need to. Good. We've got one more twist here. Inhale, arms reach out wide. And exhale, twist to the left. Release your hands down. So you're finding a little leverage to press those shoulder heads back, to pop your sternum up through, up to the ceiling. And then stay in the twist, but inhale, take that left arm up and over. So finding your exalted crescent warrior. Maybe gazing up underneath that top arm. One more deep inhale. And then as you exhale, unwind here. If you have that right leg extended, just bend the knee. So finding your crescent pose. So let's just, we're going to basically setting up for our Shavasana. So you might be exactly like the same place that you are right now. You might come onto your floor doing more of a classic Shavasana. You might take a little forward fold if that felt good. You could always do that starting position that we had if that felt good in your body. So a lot of options. We're going to do 4 rounds of our that box breath together before we drop into that space. So figure out where you want to be. Smooth, deep inhale together. Full, complete exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Smooth, deep, full inhale. And open your mouth, sigh the breath out. Ha. So a few moments here in your relaxation pose, your form of Shavasana, whatever it looks like. Sometimes it's just more of a state of mind, but let yourself go there. Let yourself drop in. Let yourself feel really relaxed. Shavasana. Asato ma satgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma mritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Take a deeper inhale. Sigh the breath out, let it go, ha. And then just bring some gentle movement back to your body. So circle ankles, wrists, wiggle fingers, toes, any movement here that feels good to you. Bringing your attention back to your body. So just transitioning out of our Shavasana and returning back to life as normal. You're going to land with your hands on a pile on top of your heart. You're going to do one final check-in here. So notice how you're feeling, hopefully a lot calmer. That box breath is really good exercise to do to calm yourself down. It's really great when you're feeling a little anxious. Send yourself love and gratitude, your body love and gratitude. We send each other love and gratitude. It's a gift to be able to meet together, to support each other, to practice together. Finally, just promise yourself that you're going to carry this good feeling with you into the rest of the day ahead. Finally, just bow your head with a smile. Beautiful yoga practices. Thank you. Really nice to see everybody.